Hi, I'm Ryan, and I am doing my Q&A video thing that I asked my followers to send in a question for me to answer in a video. So this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to answer the questions. So the first one was sent in by Lemonhead Gerard, and the question is, do you believe in Bigfoot? And I don't believe in Bigfoot. When I was younger, I used to believe in Bigfoot, but now I don't, because I just don't. The next question was sent in by rather spooky, and the question is, if you had a superpower, how would you use it if you weren't fighting crime and shit? It depends on the superpower, because if you have to be specific, because it kind of depends, because if it's flying, then I would be flying around the world and doing whatever I wanted to. But if it's mind reading or something, I would be reading people's minds and seeing what they think about me. The next question was sent in by 21 Aliens. What's a band you recently got into? I've been really into Mariana's Trench a lot recently. I think I've only been listening for 2 weeks, and I think I listened to the entire and to every song that they have ever released on the first 2 or 3 nights that I listened to them. So Mariana's Trench is one of them. A couple months ago I started listening to Set It Off, but I only listened to Why Worry and Partners in Crime, but I never really got much more into them than those 2 songs. But those are a couple of bands that I've been getting into recently. Anonymous asked, would you rather know everything the universe has to offer, but in exchange lose all emotions, or remain the way you are now? I would rather remain the way I am now, because I wouldn't like knowing everything about the universe, because I think that's a lot, and it's, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of secrets that I wouldn't want to know. So the heart rate of a punk asked, what is your dream aesthetic? If possible, maybe use people, for example, like Josh Dunn style, but Patrick Stump personality. I really don't understand this question, because I know what an aesthetic is, but I don't know the meme of the aesthetic, and I don't really understand it. But I think what the question is asking is what's your dream person, I think, but I'm not really sure, so I'm just not gonna answer it, because I don't want to answer it and seem stupid, so I'm sorry. Pensy Prep asked, what's the best funny story / memory you have from your childhood? Probably the way me and my former best friend became friends. We were in the same I think it was 4th grade class together, and I don't remember what shampoo I used when I was in 4th grade, but she would always come over to me and smell my hair, because my hair was still long, so she could just go like that and sniff it, smell it. So, and she always told me it smelled good, and that's kind of just how we became friends, I guess. So Tater Tot York asked, this is a very important question, pizza or tacos? Pizza, because I don't really like the hard shell of a taco, but yeah, so I don't like hard shells of tacos, but I like burritos. I don't really know, is that a soft shell taco? I never really knew the difference. Why Chemical Romance asked, if you could join any band, dead or alive / together, broken up, what band would it be and why? I would join 21 Pilots, because they have probably the song, one of the bands with the most like realist song meanings and deepest song lyrics, and their live performances are probably the best that I've ever seen. The fan base is mostly respectful towards them, and they both, Tyler and Josh, just seem like really nice people to know, but I will never be able to join 21 Pilots. Frank Woe asked, if you could be one celebrity for a day, who would you be and what would you do? I don't know, it's like so many celebrities like pick from that I can't just pick one, but I think I would probably pick Pete Wentz because I would just love either Pete Wentz or Hayley Williams. I would pick Pete Wentz because Pete Wentz is one of my favorite people ever, and I would like to just be able to be Pete Wentz for a day. I think that'd be pretty cool. Or I'd rather be Hayley Williams because she's Hayley Williams, and I would just love to be able to say that I'm Hayley Williams. Super Punk asked, what's your favorite hair color you've ever had? I think of the spring of 2013, I had a split dye. When my hair was a little longer, I had split dye. It was half of it was blonde and the other half was pink, and I think it was like one of the first times that my hair actually looked really good that I did myself. I didn't have someone else do it. I did it myself and it looked pretty good. So either that or when I had the split dye with blue and purple. Either one was pretty good. I love the split dye kind of style, so I wish I could still do it, but unfortunately my hair is too short now. Bro Becky's asked, what do you love the most about your favorite band? Well, as most of you probably know, my favorite band is My Chemical Romance, and I think what I love most about them is that, I don't know, I love like so much, I think what I love most about them is that they knew when to stop. Like when they broke up, they knew that it was time that they couldn't do anything anymore because they stopped being passionate about the band, and they stopped like caring about, not caring, but stopped like being enthusiastic about it anymore and didn't want to do it anymore. So they knew that they had to stop, and they weren't just in it for the money, and they didn't want to be fake. And I think that's probably what I like most about them, is that even though they broke up and hurt my feelings, I guess, I'm not angry anymore. I'm upset, but I'm happy that I know that they knew it was time to stop and they weren't just gonna milk the fans for more money, even though Warner Brothers is still doing that, but My Chemical Romance and Warner Brothers are two different things, so. Official Umbrella asked, do you think that a picture means 1,000 words? Yeah, I think it does, because it means something. It means something different for like so many other people. Like you could have like a square on like a blue square on like a white background, and it could mean something for like a total different group of people, like the 21 Pilots logo thing. I think that means something different for almost everyone, and that's just like a little picture. So I do think that words do mean, a picture is worth 1,000 words, or whatever the saying is. T. Travis Barker asked, if you had to listen to only one record for the entire year, which would it be? I think I would either listen to Folie à Deux by Fall Out Boy, or I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love, I think that's the name of it, by MCR. And I don't know why those are like my two favorite bands and my two favorite albums by those bands. So I think that's probably why. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick Bullets, because I have a deeper love for that album, and I love every single song on that album except for Demolition Lovers, but whatever, it's only one song out of like 14 or something like that. Undead Bats asked, Is it legal to travel down a road in reverse as long as you're following the direction of the traffic? I don't think so, because I don't think it's illegal to travel backwards anyway. But I mean, if you can do it, you can do it. So I'm pretty sure it'd be illegal, but I mean, if you want to try, you can knock yourself out. Miss Bad at Naming Things asked, if you were a superhero, would you rather have your best friend or your favorite celebrity as your sidekick? I think I would rather have, I don't know. I think I would rather have my best friend as my sidekick because I know them, like, more than I would know my favorite celebrity, and I wouldn't be as, like, nervous, I guess, around them, because I get pretty nervous when I meet people, like, that I look up to, so I think I'd rather have my best friend, and it would just be so much fun. FOBAF asked, in what ways has your music helped you? I think that means, like, yeah, and, like, your favorite bands, like, your favorite, like, the music you listen to. There's been a lot of ways. There's, before I got an MCR in, like, 7th grade or whenever that was, I kind of knew that I didn't really want to be, like, the normal, like, average girl, like, that just likes, like, Pink and stuff like that, or, like the store Pink and, like, Justin Bieber and One Direction and stuff. And I always kind of knew that, but because I had friends that liked that kind of stuff, I felt like I needed to keep those friends. But when I got into MCR and Fall Out Boy and Panic, I kind of realized that I needed to stop pretending to be that person, because pretending isn't good, especially towards your friends, and you need to be yourself, and you can't hide behind a mask, and you can't just fake your way through life to make other people happy and to keep friendships, because most of the time those friendships aren't going to last forever. So, but they've also helped me because they've made me realize that I have a very deep and meaningful love for music, and it's what I want to do for my life, for my career and stuff, and it helps me when I'm not feeling well or happy, and it's always there for me, and it will always be there, and it will never be able to not be there, because it's not a friend who just decides to get up and leave one day. Oh, this is a long question. Criminal Dimes asked, if you could construct a tour, what bands would you include and what kind of venues would you go to? Openers, headliners, or a ton of bands like Warped, like small clubs or large amphitheaters? I think I would just do, I'm not really crazy about, like, festivals and stuff like that, because there's, like, a lot of people there, and it's always in the middle of the summer, so I don't really like that. I've gone to Warped Tour once, and it kind of overwhelmed me, because it was, like, 90 degrees outside, and there was, like, 100 people surrounding me, so I don't really like Warped Tour, so I think I would just do kind of like a normal kind of tour. I think, like, if I could make any kind of tour, it would probably be the Emo Trinity tour. It'd be 4 bands instead of 3. I mean, I guess 4 bands sometimes go, but it would be 4 bands. It would be 21 Pilots opening, and then Panic, Fall Out Boy, MCR. And I like arena venues, actually, or, like, more than clubs, or, like, the smaller venues, because I don't like house, like, I've only been to, like, a couple clubs, and one of them is actually really nice, and I like it, but I don't like the other one, because it's really small, and I get nervous and, like, crowded, and I don't like it all that much. So I think I would probably do arenas because they're bigger and you could always get more people and you almost never get shut out of a ticket, but I mean, I guess you do, but you have more tickets and more people to come. So yeah, I think I would do like a amphitheater or like a arena kind of thing. 5 SOS pilots asked, if you had 3 days to live and you could do anything in the entire world free of cost or free of consequence, what would you do? I don't know, I think I would just travel. I really wouldn't do anything illegal. Maybe I'd steal like something. Maybe like rob a bank and then travel around the world because I love traveling and having a lot of money would be cool too. So I would rob a bank and then travel the world. Kiwi Mikey asked, if you were any sort of furniture in the room, what would you be and why? I don't know. Furniture in this room that I have right here. Is record player, is my record player furniture, or is like furniture you sit on? I think you sit on furniture, or like use furniture to like your want, I guess. I don't know. My bed maybe, because it's like the most uncomfortable piece of shit I've ever laid on, but it's really the only thing I would want to be in my room. So hi, my name is Cody asked, what's the most vivid and weird dream that you can remember? When I first started getting into bands, I was like also into like kind of like the not Panic at the Disco, Pierce the Veil and Sigma Sirens and Black Veil Brides and stuff like that. So I guess it was probably like 2013-ish or 2012-ish, and I was walking down, in my dream I was walking down a street, and MCR like came out of like this like alleyway, I guess, and they started walking with me down the street, and then Andy from Black Veil Brides came out and he gave me a piggyback ride and ran away, and MCR was like yelling at him and stuff, but he just ignored them and like ran away with me. And then I think Pierce the Veil somehow got me too, and then we started playing Ring Around the Rosie, and just it was like the weirdest dream I've ever had, and that's really all I remember. It was super stupid, but You Will Never Bring Me Down, I'm Too High asked, what got you started on Tumblr? I really don't know. It was April of 2011, so before I got into MCR and stuff. I think I was probably looking at pictures on Google, and I kept like seeing like the link to Tumblr, and I decided to make one. At first I never used it. I only used it like after like maybe like once a week, and then when I discovered MCR, I started using it more, and then it evolved into this emo mess. People Lived Here asked, for $1 million a year, would you only listen to Kidz Bop songs for the rest of your life? Probably not, because I mean, $1 million is more than I have now, but $1 million a year isn't that much. That's like 300,000 a month, I think, or 30,000 a month. I don't know. I'm not good at math, so it's not like all that much for like a month. So I don't think I would do it, and I hate Kidz Bop so much, so I wouldn't do that. Gerard A. asked, how did you first get into alternative bands? Any adult influences? I first got into bands by myself, kinda, like in 2006 and 2007 when MCR released The Black Parade. My sister was in 7th grade and 8th grade, and all her friends liked them, so I knew of MCR and Fall Out Boy, because Fall Out Boy released Infinity on High around that time too. So I knew of Fall Out Boy and MCR, but I never really liked them. I liked House of Wolves, and I liked Thanks for the Memories and stuff like that off of Infinity and High. But then my dad started playing the Welcome to Black Parade video, and at the time I think I was like 10 or 9, and I was like terrified of the thought and idea of death, and that when death happens, nothing happens after that. You're like gone. So the video for the Welcome to Black Parade scared me, and I actually hated MCR for a pretty long time, like up until I heard Sing, and then I heard Sing. And then I fell in love, I guess, if you could say that. And then I googled more MCR songs and got into MCR that way. And Fall Out Boy is kind of the same way. I started listening to MCR, and they kind of, when Fall Out Boy came back off the hiatus, I got into them again. I guess you could say. And the last question was sent in by Stockholm Syndrome. If you could travel anywhere, where would you like to go? I really want to go to San Francisco. San Francisco would be like the place I would want to go in this country, and the place I would want to go outside of this country is probably England, like London, or Paris, or Russia. I actually really want to go to Russia. So, yeah. And that was the last question. So, this has been my Q&A. Hopefully I'll do another one someday. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.